All right, well, hello and welcome. This is Out Motorsports. My name is Jake, and today we're in the 2021 Volkswagen ID.4. This is not the first all-electric Volkswagen, but it is probably their biggest push toward electrification.
Please turn right at the end of the road onto Tysons Corner Center.
And as you can tell, I am currently driving as part of their ID4 Roadshow. This is a tour going on all across the country. It's local to me today, so I got to come drive the ID4 for about 10-15 minutes just to get a first impression of the whole thing. Now, this car will do about 250 miles on a charge, and okay, we need to stop this. Cancel. All right, so basic details on the ID4, 250 mile range, 201 horsepower, 229 pound-feet of torque, and it is rear-wheel drive. They will be offering an all-wheel drive model towards the end of this calendar year, and then there's rumors of a faster model coming, but that's not confirmed right now. Now, these cars start right around $40,000, but then Volkswagen is still eligible for that $7,500 federal tax credit. So those are the basics of the ID4. This is a very, very short test drive, so let's just see how it goes. We'll get some first impressions here and go from there. Now, I am at a red light. I am first in line. Currently, I'm just enjoying the standard massaging seat. Those are standard on both front seats as well as seat heaters. So, nice little touch. The infotainment I have not spent any real time with other than turning off that navigation voice there, and seems fine for the moment, but I do wish they used actual buttons. The whole thing is touch buttons in here except the window controls. There's also the light bar in the very front of the dashboard up by the windshield, and it'll illuminate left to right to show you your next turn for the navigation or your charging status if you're plugged in. We'll go ahead and floor it away from a light. And this is not the quickest off the line. It's certainly quick enough. However, there is no throw you back acceleration. This thing weighs almost 4,600 pounds. So with 200 horsepower and 229 pound-feet of torque, it's not super duper quick. You know, if you're more of a GTI buyer than a Golf buyer, you might be looking for something a little more zippy. We'll go ahead and take it through an off-ramp here. Looks like I've gone the wrong way. Well, maybe not. And so the nice thing about electric cars is with the batteries in the floor, they are fairly agile here. So even though this is heavy, there's not a lot of drama taking this off-ramp. And I truly think I went the wrong way, which I did. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around. But that off-ramp was kind of a total non-event. Most drivers would have probably given up before the car ran out of grip and out of cornering ability, and you know, it just felt fine if you're willing to trust it. Like I said, the batteries are down low. It'll certainly handle fine. Go ahead and whip a quick U-turn here. It doesn't want to chirp the tires, that's for sure. But the other interesting thing, like I said, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is torquier than you might think, and it's kind of deceptively quick. So it's getting up past the speed limit here easily, which is weird because it doesn't feel like it. There's no drama whatsoever. We can also click the shifter over to B, and when you click the shifter over to B, it's just like any other electric car that's got regenerative braking. It will allow you to just kind of one pedal drive the car, lift your foot off, and not use the brake pedal to slow the car or bring it to a stop. And that's really cool. It helps you dump a little bit of energy back into the batteries to gain another mile or two of range here and there. And it's just one of those fun little quirks of any EV. And as far as everything else about the ID4 for first impressions, I love the fact that there is a center gauge cluster, which is unlike what most Teslas have. And then you do have the nice big center infotainment system as well. Now, the regen braking here is not the strongest. I'm still having to use the brake pedal. I don't know if I can dial that in with one of the settings somewhere. On first glance, it's not letting me. Now, this panoramic roof is nice, however, it will not open. It is a full sheet of glass that goes from the front to the back, and there is a cover that you can slide forward, but there is not any actual opening piece of glass. Otherwise, you know, space in here seems to be utilized fairly well. It's comfortable enough. The seats don't have a ton of support. There are bolsters here, I think they're fine. They're not anything groundbreaking, but I think they're going to be comfortable enough for most people. You can adjust lumbar for firmness and up and down on your back, so that's nice. And of course, there's typical standard driver assistance stuff, which we don't have time to cover or really talk about here. I think my biggest disappointment is just the fact that everything in here is touch. I really have a thing about it for the sake of driver safety once you're on the move. Everyone's decided to go that way. Now, as far as using this infotainment, it's 2021. It's fine, but my perspective is, more from a technology perspective versus, say, the auto industry having to do things that are durable and reliable and will last a long time. But I just don't understand why we have slow processors in cars, and this feels a little slow at first glance. So this is not a Volkswagen exclusive thing. I just wish that it could be a little quicker. But for most people, it'll work. You've got CarPlay and Android Auto, so if you don't like the Volkswagen software, that'll be fine. And as far as charging experience and real-world range, we won't really be able to tell much about that today. I have used the exact amount of range, according to the car, that the drive took. So if nothing else, the guessometer, as many EV drivers like to call it, seems fairly accurate, so that's nice. As far as how excited I get for the ID.4 versus other electric vehicles on the market or coming to market, I don't know how excited I am. I think personally I would look for something that's got a little more performance than this, but I think for a lot of buyers, this could make a lot of good sense. So certainly looking forward to more time with it soon. Hopefully we can get one from Volkswagen for a week of eval. And until next time, please stay safe, be well. We'll see you again soon.